Okay, so we got him done. We need to find who else do we need? So he is recovering. We need to find her and Oswald and Waverly and Harvey. And then treat them for all their stuff. Which I believe... Ooh. See, I'll take all this stuff because then I can make more treatments. I believe... Who's this guy? Dr. Tippett. I think I've talked to him before. I'm just gonna look over here. Oh, is that who I'm looking for? Where am I? Yep. Come here.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine as soon as I can get some sleep.
Don't worry, I got you.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reid. Thank you.
Bam.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
I might have one more fatigue treatment.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I think I got a new thing.
I have some good news, Milton.
Wallet.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth.
What is Pippa's hint? Pippa and Milton Hooks are a couple. Okay, cool.
Shut up. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reid.
Yes.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Give the medicine.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Well, thanks, anyway.
Well, we got that done. Hippocratic Oath probably is like healing in a certain amount of people.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Cool. So I can buy stuff off of him. He's got a freaking shotgun, which does a lot of damage. But I don't have enough. Well, I do have stuff to upgrade it, so I could upgrade it if I wanted to. It does a lot of damage. There's other things that I want though that he doesn't really have. What can I sell? So I can sell these bad weapons to him. So let's do that. Because I can't get rid of them. I want to keep this stuff. I want to keep this stuff. Can I get ammunition from him? I think I can actually. Let's sell him these rings because I don't need these. And they're really just there for selling. Small bag of junk. Keep the bottles. We'll put the flowers in there too. Can I buy stuff from him? Hold on. Let's go here. And he's got 2 bullets, so it's not worth it. I am tempted to take that shotgun off his hands, but I think... Ooh, loot. I think we're doing pretty good as far as getting these guys recovering. Where am I going? There we are. So I've got these 2 people done. I got that person done. I need to find this dude. And I think I need another fatigue treatment. So I need to find Waverly and Oswald Thatcher, which I think I know where Oswald is. So I'll go do that. I don't need to talk to her. Although I do think that in my investigations here and talking to people, I am picking up on more hints that when I do talk to these people... What's that? Is there something under the ground there? Might A key pop up to like loot something? It looks like something's lootable under that bed. Anyways, I think in talking to all these people, I'm picking up on new hints to bring up, and I should probably get that done. That's not one of the guys I'm trying to treat, right? Oops, I always hit the wrong button. No, I don't believe it is. I've already got him. Okay, so he's not the one I'm looking for. I don't think she is either.
Good evening, sir.
Right, you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay. He has some stuff for fatigues.
Is there anything else that's
give him this.
you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Well, let's give him some medicine.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reid. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Probably not. Is there anything important that I can ask him?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
I see.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Okay.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Ooh.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
That's really sad. Is there anything else that I can ask him now? Okay, we're good.
Bye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I like trying to get through as many of these as possible to get the health up in this area. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes, it is.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Do you need
bet
my
you are.
assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
I don't have the treatment for fatigue anyways.
I will see you later. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Let's go craft some, because I think I did just pick up enough to do that, especially with looting all this stuff. Because I want as many people treated as I can get. And I guess I should just be using this a lot more, because I can see everybody. I want as many people treated as possible before I eventually rest. So that way the status of this area at least does not go below the yellow, which is where it's currently at. I kind of want, I feel like I want to keep the hospital as healthy as possible, if I can. Yeah, a couple of these. Let's go back up to 3 on those. And everything else seems pretty good. As far as upgrading, yeah, I mean, like, my pistol only does 68 damage. That freaking shotgun did like 200 something. Actually, might want to go get it. Not even my sword does that much damage. Also, I think he has common handle parts, which I might be able to upgrade my sword at that point. Which will allow me to do a bit more damage, which is fine. I feel like I'm not quite sure how the weapons and stuff in this game work. In the fact that, like, obviously I know generally how they work, but I don't know, are they intended for you to hold on to for a long time? Or is it intended for you to go through your your weapons fairly quickly and only upgrading like the really good ones that you get, like really rare weapons. I'm unsure. It's kind of like the equivalent of playing an MMO and getting like a standard like green weapon drop off of any odd where did this guy go? I don't know. Any odd like monster or something that you kill, and then going and putting like a ton of expensive enchants on it. It's like, well, are you just gonna replace that soon? I don't know if that's how it works or not.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
I bet you are.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Well, take my
And
medicine.
you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Wow, calling me
Thank
out.
you for your time. We'll talk later.
So let's take a look-see at the people here. They're all recovering except for this dude. I ain't got no idea where he's at. Oswald Thatcher. So I need to look for Oswald. Everybody else seems fine. I already killed Clay. Ooh, whoops. Ooh, whoopsies. I haven't really talked to her. So maybe I should, because she's just right over here, isn't she? Yeah. She has something.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
I think I've already talked to him. She's got fatigue. Let's talk to her. Tell me about yourself.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Curious.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Curious.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Okay. Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Very curious. She's like tried to sell that bed. Did I already do? Yes, just did that one. Personal questions. Okay, all.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Okay, well, let's give you some medicine.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Well, I'm sorry.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
So now we've gotten all of that. So we've met her. She's recovering. This is going to be like sanitized by the time I'm done, which would be great. We need to find out who the heck that guy is. That's actually a doctor, so I should be able to find him. And find Oswald, so I can give him the treatment for a headache, which would be great. So I am looking for people I have never met before. I've talked to him. There ain't nobody over here. Oh, that's the guy. That's the unknown guy, and he has something. So let's talk to him out here. Hello.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
I see. What does he got for selling? I'm kind of curious. There's probably a ton of stuff here that I can learn from him.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course.
But we're not going to do
It's
that.
just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
They might be. So let's see what you got. He's got stuff for making some of these, which is great. Let's give him...
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Do you
Let's
need
give him the
medical
treatment.
attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company. Even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chadana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reid.
You are welcome, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Chadana.
I see glowing back here. I need to
It's
loot it.
locked, all right.
So he's probably got a key for that. So if I killed him, I could get his key. I think that's generally how that works. So there are one other person. There's one other person I have not met. What does he kind of look like? Let's look at the you. No, I've met Oswald. I'm looking for Oswald, but I'm looking for this other guy that appears to be some kind of... I don't think he's a doctor. So let's look around. So we've got... I've met him. Who's that on the far side? That's like Ashbury. I've met him. I just want to get everybody healthy. That's our goal here. Get everybody healthy. I've met her. Obviously, I've met her. I've met him and her and him. Although I do, before I get too far, I want to talk to her.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Personal questions?
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
Curious.
And what about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
Okay. I could actually
Pepper,
talk more about that.
I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
No, makes sense. Okay, cool. First questions. Let's go back to
What
this.
steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I just want to make sure that I wasn't missing out on anything.
My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays.
Yes. Can I?
Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
Yes. Okay, lost faith
If you
in your
feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Interesting. Okay, no more hints. Cool.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I just want to look around for these freaking guys that I have not met yet. So, they might be upstairs. I don't think they are, because Swansea is up there. She's out here. I've met her. This guy I've met. Obviously met him. And her. I don't think there's anyone else here that I haven't met. Unless they're like hiding upstairs. Which they might be. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I usually only go right. So what if I come up here? Instead of going right, I go left. Can I go all the way up here? Ooh. Okay, that door is not going to open. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's just no other way to go. I'm so confused right now. Where are these people? These supposed like 2 people that I have not seen yet. Because I have met everyone here according to my vampire vision. Okay then, well, I mean, there's not really a whole lot that I can do here other than, so we're gonna go to my map, we're gonna look, and that is where I need to go. That's the easiest way to get there. Just essentially go down the street to my right and then up, and I'm over there. I think that's gonna be the best way to do it. Maybe the other people are over there. I've got everybody here recovering. I did my best I could in this one, although I think I could do a little bit better. Maybe we'll hit them up when I go back. But for the most part, I need to go do this main mission.